All right, let's talk about what it really means to be anonymous online. Because, in 2025, it's a whole lot more complicated than just hitting clear history. So let's dive right in. You know the drill, right? You need to look something up, discreetly. So you pop open an incognito window. You feel safe, like you're wearing a digital invisibility cloak. But here's the thing. Is that private window actually private?
So look at this. On one side, you've got what Incognito promises. Yeah, it'll delete your local cookies and history. Fine. But the reality? It's a totally different story. Your IP address is just out there, totally visible. Your device can be fingerprinted, and we'll get to that. And this thing called WebRTC can literally just leak your real IP. Yikes.
And that right there is what we're calling the incognito illusion. It's this false sense of security. See, the tools we've all been told to use for years, they just weren't built for the kind of tracking that's happening right now. So we've got to get smart about the real threats. Okay, let's dig into this thing called browser fingerprinting. Seriously, just forget about cookies for a second. This is way sneakier. Think of it like a unique digital signature that's created from all the little signals your browser sends out. It's almost like your computer has its own distinct accent that websites can pick up on immediately. Pretty clever, huh? And when I say specific, I mean really specific. We're not just talking about what browser you're using. No. It's the unique combination of all the fonts you have installed, your exact screen resolution, every single plugin and extension, even your audio setup. All these little details that seem totally harmless, they get mashed together to create a profile that is uniquely, well, you. And here's another pitfall, a big one. So many of us think a VPN is like the ultimate shield, right? The end-all, be-all of privacy. But there's this technology called WebRTC. It's built into browsers for stuff like video chat. The problem is it can create a leak that completely bypasses your VPN and just broadcasts your real IP address to the world. So much for that shield.
Okay, so if the old tools are broken, what's the answer? What do we do now? Well, it turns out the solution is a totally different way of thinking. It's about taking your browsing and moving it completely off your personal device, into the cloud.
Here's how it works in a nutshell. Instead of a website's code running on your machine, it runs inside a safe little box, a container, on a server somewhere far away. What you see on your screen is just a video stream of that web page. It's like you're watching a movie of the internet instead of actually being in the room with it. The website never touches your device. That is a total game changer. And the absolute best part of this whole approach, the biggest benefit, it's a big, fat 0. That's the number of files, cookies, or bits of cache that get left behind on your device when you're done. Nothing. If the browsing session never happened on your computer in the first place, there's nothing to clean up, nothing to get infected, and 0 digital footprints. Now, this isn't just about one little trick. Real, true anonymity comes from building a layered defense. Think of it like building multiple walls between you and the websites you're visiting. So let's break down exactly what those layers look like. This chart really lays it all out. You've got incognito mode, which, as we've seen, leaves your IP and fingerprint wide open. Then there's using a VPN alone. Better, sure. It hides your IP, but it does nothing for your fingerprint, and it's still vulnerable to those WebRTC leaks. You might even try using different browsers, but they're all still running on your machine, sharing the same basic info. The cloud browser solution, it's designed to tackle every single one of these weak spots. So this whole strategy is really built on 4 main pillars. First step is cloud rendering, the idea that none of that risky website code ever runs on your machine. Second, you've got session isolation, which means every single tab you open is a brand new, completely clean environment. Third is fingerprint control, so you're not leaving that same unique digital accent everywhere you go. And finally, network control, which gives you the power to manage your IP and your location on a tab-by-tab basis. It's a full package. There's a metaphor in the source material that I just love. It says each session is its own sealed jar, and that's the perfect way to think about it. Imagine every tab is a totally sealed glass jar. Nothing from inside one jar, the cookies, the history, anything can ever spill out and contaminate another one. It's what stops websites from connecting the dots between all the different things you're doing. And hey, remember that pesky WebRTC leak we talked about earlier, the one that could bypass a VPN? Well, this layered defense just solves it. It's gone. Because the browser itself is running in the cloud, any WebRTC communication comes from the cloud server's IP, not your home IP. The whole vulnerability is just designed out of the system from the start.
Okay, so the theory sounds great, right? It's powerful stuff. But what does it actually look like to use it day to day? How does it work in practice? Let's walk through putting this new privacy model into action.
Honestly, it's way more straightforward than you might think. You literally just start a cloud session, maybe pick a region you want to appear from. You can name your tab to keep organized, attach a specific proxy if you need to be in a certain city. Then you log in. That's it. Everything, your login, your activity, stays locked inside that one tab. And when you're done, you just close it. Poof. Your own computer is as clean as a whistle, completely untouched.
So you might be thinking, okay, that's cool, but why would I need this? Well, here's a perfect real-world example, and it comes from the world of SEO, or search engine optimization.
Okay, picture this. An SEO analyst needs to check what Google's search results look like in 3 different cities, all at the same time. With this approach, it's easy. They just open 3 tabs. Tab 1 is set up with a Paris proxy. Tab 2, a Tokyo proxy. Tab 3, a Chicago proxy. They can see all 3 search results right next to each other, side by side. And because every tab is that sealed jar, what they do in the Paris tab has 0 effect on the Tokyo tab. No cookie pollution, no history crossover. It's perfectly clean.
And that really brings us to the core idea, the single most important takeaway from all of this. Real privacy today, it isn't about one tool. It's not a button you press or single program you install. It's a strategy. It's all about creating layers of isolation between your machine, your identity, and the websites you visit. So I'll just leave you with this one final thought. After everything we've talked about, all the fingerprinting, the leaks, the tracking, you have to ask yourself a serious question. Is your browser working for you, or is it working for those who are watching you?